This segment brought to you by Sure Crop, liquid crop nutrition delivered right to your farm.
So, preparing yourself. This is where you move from just working with your peers to now I'm in charge of folks and I've got to influence people. So your decision making becomes more political. It's less about authority and more about influence. I will tell you that's very true on college campuses. You think we've got our own set of problems in Washington, D.C. I agree. Politics. But I will tell you that the politics at the university, they're pretty deep. And so what I've had to do is decide who are the people that I've got to align myself with and who do I need to talk to. So it's the issues are incredibly complex. A lot of things are really ambiguous. And that's what you're hired for when you become the new boss, is figure these sort of things out. So you've got to become effective at building and sustaining alliances. I will tell you in my department, amongst those 40 faculty, I've got 11 that were hired within the last 3 or 4 years. And I've got a bunch of old-timers, kind of like me, and then I've got not very many people in between. We've got a really big generation gap. So trying to integrate those groups and make them all feel good about what they're doing. The young people are worried about, moving through the ranks of the university, and the old-timers are like, oh, you guys just need to work hard and keep your head down, and they're not talking to each other too much. And so it's this thing about how do I build and sustain alliances amongst them. So looking at ways to influence. And then my boss, the dean. So I've got to work with her and a lot of politics.
Earlier in my life, I rode bucking horses and rodeos, and my shoulders took such a beating, and that was probably the reason for having several previous surgeries on both shoulders. About a year ago, I decided that I didn't want to have another surgery. And so I contacted Kansas Regenerative Medicine, took their treatment process. It was relatively pain-free. Now, after 8 months, my shoulders have healed to the point where I think I'm probably 90 to 95% of normal. It takes a couple of months to start to see results and feel real progress. That continued to increase gradually until now at approximately 8 months. And I'm extremely pleased. I've got full range of motion. I can lift weights, I can throw, I can do a lot of things that I couldn't do without a lot of pain previously. So I'm tickled to death with the results, and I'd recommend this process to anyone.